dozes for most of the morning, then gets up and starts working on his pile of miscellaneous broken things in the afternoon. You don't have anything to do, and for the first time it really hits you how important it is to have a job or a skill out here. Alright, well I think getting employed down the local supermarket's a bit beyond us at this point. To pass the time, you eventually decide to tidy exercise. How am I going to exercise? What? Jog 2 paces forward, touch the wall, jog 2 paces the other way, touch the wall. Like, ugh, whatever. Exercise it is. You decide to exercise as best as you can, but it's no easy task, what with the piles upon piles of things to move around. While you get on with it, you make casual conversation with Lenny. Inevitably, as you could have guessed, the conversation leads to simply joking around, getting to know him better, another argument. There are so many choices where I'm starting to feel that just none of them are useful. Simply joking around. The conversation leads to simply joking around together, and at one point your cheeks start to hurt from laughing so much. It probably wouldn't be too wise to encourage him, but you have to admit that he's a pretty funny guy. The shack is so ridiculously small and cluttered that you eventually give up on getting anything done. Trash slowly sinks deeper and deeper into whatever he's doing, so the conversation dries up. You up eating dinner in silence. End up, okay. Just waiting out the sunlight until it finally fades. And so the most boring day imaginable comes to a close, and you go to bed hoping that by tomorrow the red cloud will have moved on. And I'm going to hazard a guess and say it probably hasn't. Can we even look outside? The cloud doesn't move on. Yeah, I thought as much. In fact, 3 days later, it's still just as thick. Yes, this is why we should have questioned him further. And so close that you can't even stick your head out of the door for fear of contamination. Understandably, the atmosphere in the shack is starting to get tense. Lenny glances at you to check you heard him, then repeats himself louder to make sure. What I wouldn't give to walk around naked just for 5 minutes. Blush and stammer your way through a response. Is that what you usually do? Hey, feel free. Okay, so all of those answers are bad, considering we're not supposed to get on with him too well. Is that what you usually do? That seems like the most non-committal answer. Well, it's not like I spent all day, every day flapping in the wind. I just miss having the option. Oh, God, one of these things. I hate when people say they miss the option for things they never fucking did before. Like, imagine living in Iceland and going, God, you know what? I am so sad that I will never be able to burn myself sunbathing again. Like, you never fucking did it anyway. Right. Trash size. Bollocks. Lenny size. Look, it's not that I'm not grateful for the company, but it's hard sometimes getting used to it. I've spent a long time not having to worry about offending a lady's sensibilities. Today, Lenny... We're gonna fucking get that right eventually. We'll go 5 in a row and be incredible. Lenny starts working on something else over at his table of crap. It's very loud and a lot of banging and scraping and swearing when he hits a snag. You're beginning to wonder if the noise really could drive you mad. At lunchtime, the way he sticks his whole hand in the can and scoops everything out, which you had never noticed before, is suddenly utterly disgusting. And after he's finished eating, he sucks each of his fingers clean in an obnoxiously loud way, before topping it all off with a belch. You wait for him to apologise or say excuse me, but apparently he's lost all common decency at this point. I see. We're getting all cramped in with him, therefore we're getting angry at him. And it doesn't matter what you do to distract yourself, he picks up problem with everything. Alright, well, what if I have a tie in my hair? Will he say it's not done perfectly? What if I pick my toenail just a little bit too much? Will he say I shouldn't do that? Everything? Probably not. You're simply lying on the bed, eyes closed, pretending you're 1,000,000 miles and 38 years away. You're doing that on purpose. What? Breathing. Breathing? Yes, I'm doing that on purpose. It's quite normal. You know, respiring and all. You gotta have to. It helps you, I don't know, live and shit. You're breathing in an annoying way. How does a person even do that? You're doing it now! Just do it quieter or further away or something. I'm as far away as I can possibly be. It's true you're each at opposite ends of the shack, tending to naturally give each other as wide a berth as possible these days. Throughout the day, you swing between bouts of sullen silence and sudden grouching matches again and again until you feel completely exhausted. After yet another argument, Trash slams down his wrench and stands up. Okay, that's it! He stalks over and stands, hands on hips, looking at you through narrow eyes. I think what we've got here is a pretty clear case of cabin fever. Maybe we need to stop letting things build up and just get everything off our chests. What? Think about it. A little bit of honesty will make everything better. What kind of honesty are we talking about here? I'm not sure I trust you. I'm not sure. Now go ahead, you can start. Tell me, what's the most irritating thing about me? Oh! I mean, I'd say have we got till next week, but I mean apparently we do. There's a red cloud hovering over us. Are you serious? Come on Dave, I can take it. Okay, well, smugness. Smugness is something us English people hate as a nation. The smell, the pushy attitude, the mess you make, the thing you do, you know, the one, the rat breath. God, where do I begin? Let's go with the smugness. You can't. This is a terrible idea. I don't think this is going to help. Fine. Lenny huffs skulkily, then turns to head back to his table. Wait! Well, what were you going to say about me? Oh, I'm not sure you want to know. Tell me. Nah, irritating, innit? It is. We were just a dick, to be fair. He returns to his tinkering and you move as far away as possible until you're sitting against the door, frustrated beyond measure. A week now has passed. When he starts whistling, you think that you actually might kill him. I hate people that do that, to be fair. That's... Singing, humming, sounds in general. You know why sounds annoy me? You can't get away from them. If it's something visual, someone sits there and picks their nails or, I don't know, picks their nose, twists their hair, many of that, I can look away. That's fine. If I turn around while someone's singing or whistling, I'm still there. I still have to hear it. It's someone else being a dick. But it's fine because they say they enjoy it and they can't help it. Right? Right? Is this only me just being bitter? It shouldn't be. Well, he starts yakking. You can't even try to enjoy the tune. It's so inconsistent and unrecognizable. Finally, you snap. What is that? Huh? Oh, it's just a thing my mama used to hum sometimes. Look, I can't say mama. It doesn't sound natural. It strikes you how sad it is that the only music Trash would have heard could have only have been from people's mouths, half remembered and incomplete. And suddenly you remember. The CD! You grabbed it from the lab a few weeks ago, but your head was such a mess that you totally forgot about it. It's got to be around here somewhere. You dig through piles surrounding the bed until your fingers finally close around the smooth edges of the CD case. Look! Yeah, it's a thing. Well, just get some batteries for the CD player. The what? That. You point and Trash's eyes widen in understanding. Oh, the mystery box. He opens a drawer crowned with old batteries. Picking out two, he stuffs them back into the CD player. At least he understands that much. You bring the CD over to the table and opening the lid, place it inside the player. Now, I'd like you to cast your vote. Is there going to be in-game music from the player, or are we going to put it on and nothing's going to happen? We're just going to be told it's wonderful. Or is it even going to work? You never know. Cast your vote. After pressing play, the CD just spins and spins, and the only sound to come from it is a loud, strained whirring. Disappointment hits you hard. Trash, on the other hand, is practically vibrating with excitement. I can't believe you got it to do that. I've never seen it do that. That's not what it's supposed to be doing. Oh. Well, it's really cool anyway. You take the CD... You take out the CD, blow on it, then try again. Oh, the old blowing technique. This time, when you press play, music begins to fill the room. Is this the actual music coming from the CD player? I'm gonna somehow presume not. After sparring a moment to enjoy this treat, you look over at Lenny. He is staring down at the CD player in absolute shock. So what do you think? I can't. He closes his eyes, body beginning to sway slightly to the music. You ever listened to music before? Not like this. Shuddering as if in ecstasy, he turns and grabs your face with both hands, crowding in close. You're unbelievable! How did I get so lucky? He lets go and backs away, practically bouncing around the shack as the music plays. You wonder if he's ever danced. I don't know. Some people say that people of his origin are very good at dancing. I wouldn't know. I can't dance. I'm white middle class from England. What do you expect? Oh man, this is... He stops and looks at you with a rapidly spreading grin. That looks like something he shouldn't be doing from enjoyment. This calls for a celebration. Going to the cupboard way at the back of the hut, Trash starts rooting around for something. You're still not exactly sure what he keeps back there. He's been weirdly secretive about it, keeping it locked whenever he's not around. Finally, getting a glimpse inside, the sight leaves you confused. There's a big pile of grapes, the ones you brought back from the copse, and a bucket of what looks like grape juice. Even from back there, the smell hits you, incredibly strong and revolting. To your disgust, Lenny brings his nose right to the rim of the bucket and sniffs. Yeah, it's ready. He grabs 2 odd cracked mugs from one of his piles and scoops some of the thick, vicious liquid into each. He passes one on to you, and you watch in growing horror as he raises his own mug and takes a long swig from it. Go ahead. It's alcohol, come on. He watches as you hesitantly bring the mug to your mouth and take the tiniest of tiny sips. It's foul, even worse than the grape itself. Ugh, it's awful. Yeah, but it'll get you drunk. Drunk? She didn't notice. Do we even know what we did in the past? Kind of required that much intelligence. We're probably a soccer player. Am I right? Because that's something which nerds hit on quite a lot. Football, because it's stupid. Yeah? Sorry, I can't get down with that logic. I never did understand it. Soccer players think you're a wit, so in turn you hate them. Like, whatever. You take a closer look at the cupboard, take a note of the equipment inside. This is what you've been doing back here, making your own... Wine doesn't seem an appropriate word for this grossness. Your own booze? I call it slop. Slop. Even more enticing. He looks really proud. Look, I'll admit it's worse than a dog's arsehole, but it's got a hell of a kick to it, so you don't have to suffer through a lot to get hammered. You look down at the thick, lumpy black liquid in your mug. There are a lot of concerns. Is this going to make you sick? Is it going to kill you? Is getting drunk a really good idea in this situation? No, it's not. It's a terrible idea. But another day of the same old, trapped in here is either going to end in murder or suicide. Whoa, trigger warnings, game. Trigger warnings. Right, Tumblr? See? Tenarium, always on your side. Not really cooling in any way. So maybe you should just drink. Atta girl. You struggle through 3 big mouthfuls, taking time to stop for breath and mental strength after each one. Oh, Jesus Christ, mental strength. Suddenly the music cuts out. Oh no, can you fix it? But any attempt to move the CD to the next track just makes it stall. You hit the repeat button. Oh, looks like it can only play that one song. Oh, Dad looks so disappointed. This is seriously awesome. His honest, simple gratitude makes your stomach do a little flip. That's probably the alcohol. And it turns out that Lenny wasn't lying about the potency of slop. It doesn't take long before you're feeling the buzz, and by the time you finish the mug, the thought of another is actually quite appealing. God. Lenny obliges and fills both to the brim again. Finally, the atmosphere in the shack is starting to feel pleasant again. Lenny is pretty much radiating happiness. I'm going to say we're pretty much lightweights at this point, right? Halfway through his mug, and suddenly he's plucking it from your hands, placing both of them to the side. Come on, dance with me. Oh, God. Taking your hands in his, he kicks some debris out of the way to clear a little space on the floor. Light-headed as you are, you let him. What the hell? You kind of feel like dancing right now anyway. Clasping your hands, holding you at arm's length, he starts pulling you along into a relaxed, happy rhythm. This distance is good. You know what happens when people get drunk? I've been to many a party when you make this mistake. I say mistake. You keep dancing like that, carefree and energetic, the smile on Trash's face. Lenny's face is catching. We did like 3 in a row there. You can feel your own smile growing and growing. At one point, he raises his arm and guides you through a twirl. You spin once, twice, 3 times, 4 times until you're dizzy. You stumble, but he catches you and you come to rest naturally against his chest. The two of you dance until you're giddy and tired, and before you know it, night has fallen around you. Oh boy. Finally breaking away, Trash flops down on the bed and puts his feet up. The fact that you're standing motionless and the room is spinning says a lot. You are really, really tipsy. That's another thing people do which annoy me. When they call themselves tipsy. No, you're not tipsy, you're pissed. There's a big difference, trust me. But a little more couldn't hurt. Filling your mugs again, you hand Trash his and take a seat on the floor beside the bed. Man, that was so much fun. Oh god, I know it. I hope this isn't going where I hope it is. Where I hope it is, where I don't want it to be. Star, shudder, star.